Welcome to ActiveGraphs. In this session we're going to be looking at the interactive filtering capabilities of ActiveGraphs. In this particular window we have set up a scattergram, set up a multi-bar chart, and also a column statistics chart. In other sessions we'll go through these particular plots to what they can do for you, but this particular session is about the interactive filtering capabilities, and this is one of the powers that ActiveGraphs has. In this particular case, this is results from a university where we're looking at the pass rates and fail rates of students in various subjects. I'm just going to be looking at this particular graph here where the information is people who have passed in each semester. This represents about 700 rows of data, and there are about 15 to 20 columns of data. There are 3 different campuses, and you might be interested to look at the overall results. This particular window now represents the results included in the 700 odd rows. We can sub-filter down, so we're only looking at part of those results. What you'll be seeing is as we select each of these areas, we can set them all. We've got 3 campuses. We're plotting here the campuses, the average result over time through each year. We can look at individual elements and the graphs all respond. So this is the way that ActiveGraphs basically behaves. You can select any combination of these. We can look at, say, the Sydney only in 2008. This is the subset of subjects here. This is the statistics across that, and this is the average across that year for Sydney. Let's go and set these all back to all. We've got other types of filters here. This one is a filter or filtering around the numbers of students in particular subjects. The data itself, the minimum is 1. There's only a few subjects that have large cohorts in them, and so we can focus down on here. I've moved the slider down. As you can move the slider around, you can see that the graphs are actually changing. Again, this is one of the features of ActiveGraphs. If you're interested in just looking at a particular set, we can look at only those between, say, 1 and 50. Any of these numeric sliders, we can set the limits here. The various columns can be used for filtering. Indeed, any column which is numeric or any column which is categorical can be used as filtering. So what we can do, we can say, I only want to look at, say, the law subjects. Instantaneously we're only looking at the law subjects. Maybe we'll label those. So we see here the law subjects. We could color code that by year. So these are the different years. Obviously these are semesters along here. This is a scattergram. As we looked in the last session, we looked at what the scattergrams are about. You can basically look at various parameters along here. I'm going to zoom in on this. So we're looking at data there that is enrolled students along the independent access, the number of passes. So in this case here we're looking at the semesters, just the law subjects. This is showing the average at the various centres for those particular subjects, and down here the distribution across fails, passes, credits, distinctions. We can go further. ActiveGraphs, we can look at particular in this case particular lecturers. Sorry, I'll clear them all. What this person has taught. Indeed, he's taught the law subjects. His average passes are up here, and his distribution of grades are across here. So as you can see, as we choose each one of these checkboxes, we can just look at various parameters. Each of the graphs responds to only show the sets that we're interested in. So we can look at just at Sydney in 2009 with the particular enrollment numbers and only in a particular area, marketing, Marketing's not taught by that person, so let's have a look at the setting all there. So there's the marketing subjects, looking at the profile of the marketing subjects in 2009. Setting all these graphs are respondings. Just one other feature, this little line here represents the data set which is visible at this point in time. Because there are other filters happening, which is marketing, you can see that there are no marketing subjects at all in this region here with larger classes. So changing this won't have any effect. Changing it here will start to have effect on the graphs. By this combination of filters, we're able to zoom in on what we're interested in and produce a whole range of visuals and graphics that can be used for reports. Indeed, this area here, capture plots, automates the process of generation of screen captures, so that each one of these windows is captured for each combination here. So if you've got a large profile that you want to do, say across the various fields, you can remove a lot of these filters that you're not interested in, and then if you run this one here, it will run a series of captures of these screens here. Maybe this one here is not particularly useful at the moment because it's a bit busy, but you can then capture this screen or each one of these in turn. And that's it for interactive filtering with ActiveGraphs.